Typically, when I make predictions, I usually only tell friends, family, and coworkers, the usual people within my circle of influence. But I've decided for 2023 that I'm just going to start making these predictions as public as possible because usually I'm right. And sometimes that's not a good thing. But anyway, without further ado, here are my top 3 2023 predictions. Number 1, the next Pokemon installment, and I assume it's going to be magenta and turquoise because why the hell not? The quality, I should say, the quality of the next Pokemon installment is going to be at Pokemon Scarlet Violet levels or worse. Now, why do I say that? Well, 2 things mainly. 1, Nintendo, even though they did something good here, they addressed the terrible quality of their latest Pokemon installment. Even though it took 2 weeks, it took them a little bit long, I understand, but they did address that. So there was that. They released it in a terrible state. I mean, people were saying that it's pretty much an alpha state, which is bad. That's like, I don't know. It couldn't have been worse than Cyberpunk, but still it was pretty bad. And of course you have other people on the other side of the spectrum saying, you know what, we don't care if it has crappy, choppy graphics and glitches and all these other problems. We still like the gameplay because it's just another Pokemon game. The structure is the same as usual. And secondly, the reason why I say the next Pokemon installment is going to be pretty bad quality is because corporations like Nintendo like to just slap their fan bases around and grab them by the you-know-what. Because, well, they can get away with it. No one really makes a huge fuss about a terrible product unless it's Cyberpunk. I keep on going. I just keep on thinking, man, it never gets old bagging on Cyberpunk, and I'm so sorry, but it is what it is. I mean, no one really asked for refunds. That they didn't lose out on any, and I'm talking about Nintendo now. No one asked for refunds for the newest Pokemon installments. Nintendo didn't really lose any profit because everyone was so excited for the newest starters and all these different implementations, I guess they were making of the game. I don't know, but they also kind of killed Arceus, whatever. I mean, I haven't heard a peep about that since February, I think, of 2022, and it kind of just died down. So, yeah, because of reasons like that, you know, the next Pokemon installment isn't going to be that great initially. Number 2, I'm saying this with heavy heart. I don't like to say this. It kind of hurts me to say this, but I do predict and believe. I can't say that. It doesn't make sense to say that. I predict a show called That 90s Show will eventually fail. Now, I believe a lot of viewers will tune in for season 1 and they will see season 1 through, but then a lot of them are going to fall off. And here are the reasons why. Firstly, when That 70s Show came out, its target audience were typically around the teenage years, I'll say 14 to 19, young adult, all the way into the 30s, possibly even 40s. Now, it wasn't the most family-friendly sitcom, but I mean, it wasn't the most mature either. It was kind of somewhere in between. So you had a very vast target audience ranging from millennials, such as myself, all the way to Generation X and possibly the boomer generation. I'm not quite sure. Maybe some older people have heard of it. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. To me, That 70s Show is one of the greatest sitcoms of all time, but that's because I'm biased and that's my type of humor through and through. And this sort of ties in with my second reason why I believe eventually That 90s Show will fail. That is because I understand that a lot of the old cast is coming back, which is great. It's fantastic to see them on screen all together again. But also, you have to understand that I guess the comedy is going to be derivative and driven towards Generation Z. I mean, look at the younger cast in this. It's going to be driven towards Generation Z. Gen Z. Why do I say generation? I'm stupid. And now I know a lot of Gen Zers are like, what are you trying to say about this? I'm trying to say that your comedy is vastly different than millennial comedy and Gen X. Excuse me, I don't want to say generation anymore. It makes me sound old. It's your comedy. Gen Z's comedy is very, very different from millennial comedy and Gen X comedy. And we're not even going to talk about the boomer comedy because no one gives a shit about that anymore. So I don't know what the showrunners are thinking here. I don't know how to explain my frustration, because obviously that 90s show is going to be targeted towards Gen Z, but you're going to have a bunch of millennials and possibly Gen Xers watching the first season. I thoroughly believe and expect that the comedy is going to be jumbled somehow. It's going to be like 80% of the time for Gen Z with 20% of the time for millennials and all the older people. Let's just say that, because we're all old anyway. We're in our 30s, 40s, whatever. And because of those reasons, I really do believe that a show called That 90s Show will eventually fail. Number 3. And this one's a pretty easy one. I'm sure I'm not the only one predicting this. If I am, then what the hell is wrong with you people? But okay, if he has not already been diligently searching for someone to buy this platform, Sir Elon Musk will definitely be attempting to find someone to buy Twitter off of his hands. Whew, it's like a rocket going all the way down. It's like an 87-degree angle, almost 90 degrees right now. And I've already predicted on Twitter that he would sell it before 2025. But I think it's this year in 2023 where he's actively going to be looking for somebody to buy Twitter. Now, he is going to inflate the price. He's going to try to want to make his money back. It's not going to happen. It's the only way it could possibly happen is if something really, really dumb like Jeff Bezos saying, "Oh, hey Elon, I'll take it off you. I'll make it a part of Amazon because our original social media platform, what was it called? What was it called? Damn it. Future me, put it in there. Whatever it was called, it failed. It failed, Elon. So I need Twitter. I need to get back in the good graces of public presence, and I'm going to buy it off you. I don't care if you inflate the price. I can afford it." So then, if that did happen, then you'd see the Twitter logo, the Twitter logo change colors. It's no longer going to be a white bird and a blue background. It'll be a yellow bird with a black background and, I don't know, some stupid tagline, whatever. And then the fallout from all that will be even more memes on Twitter. because Twitter is the biggest joke. I mean, damn, it is a big joke of a platform right now. So yeah, eventually Elon will sell it to somebody, but again, it's going to be 2023 this year where he actually really gives it gusto to try to find someone to buy it off of him. And I just realized that all of my predictions are pretty negative, and I don't want to be considered a negative Nancy because I'm not always negative. I'm realistic, but yeah, so I'm going to give you an extra prediction for 2023. This extra prediction is, and I have optimism when I say this, in 2023, if it is released in 2023, which I believe it will be, but if it is released in 2023, the new remake of the anime Rurouni Kenshin will do extremely well. I mean, extremely well. I'm excited for that, and usually when new anime comes out, even if it is a remake, the quality is up there. It's not like releasing a AAA game and then saying, F you, play our game, give us money. Ha ha ha! And that's all for my top 3 2023 predictions with that extra prediction. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.